सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओंकारं बिन्दुसंयुक्तं नित्यं ध्यायन्ति योगिनः। कामदं मोक्षदं चैव ओंकाराय नमो नमः। योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. So, where are we? 20 akaro naide vishwam ukara shabi taijasam makarascha punah prajnam namatre vidyate gatihi. Nothing is taken to anything in the amatrao that we have seen. In other words, here the 23rd Kariga is giving Gaudapada Acharya's opinion about it. It's not Akara leads to Vishwa, Makara to Taijasa and Ukara to Prajna. In Amatra, there is no going, there is no coming. It's a still state. The mind has become stilled in meditation. So, Nagadihi, no namatre vidyate gadihi, there is no movement there, nor, what can I say, there is no expectation of any material or tangible benefit. By gaining that state of Turiya, are we going to get some material benefit in the world of BMIOET? No, nothing. See, that means it is meant only for total vairagis, not for others. What do you want? Nothing. Only to such people it is. That is why sometimes you are advised that it is this Omkara Upasana and all is not for Grihasthas. Grihasthas have so many responsibilities, so many problems, so many desires. But one who has become a total Vairagi, for him is the Omkara Upasana, and reaching which nothing more is required. Nothing. You cannot ask for something more. There is nothing more than that higher state of consciousness. So there is no going or coming anywhere. So Atma Akara leads to Vishwa. One knowing Omkara with the support of Akara becomes Vaishwanara himself. Similarly, Ukara leads him to Taijasa and Makara to Prajna. The word leads to is to be read because of the use of the word and. When Makara becomes faint and then disappears, there is the destruction of the seed. Then in Amatra, Omkara, there is no going anywhere. Now the 12th mantra, the last mantra of the Upanishad. Amatrascha turyo. Amatrascha turyo. Avyavaharya prapanchobashamaha Shivo advaita eva Omkara Atmaiva samvishati Atmanam yevam veda Amatraschadurtho avyavaharyaha prapanchobashamaha Shivo advaitam eva Omkara Atmaiva samvishati Atmana Atmanam evam veda. In our book it is like that. But in this book which I have taken, it is not Chadurtha. It is written here Amatrascha turyaha. Like that it is. I mean, it doesn't make much difference. It is only given a different twist to that. Both are same only. Avyavaharya. All the others are correct. Prapanchobashamaha Shivo advaitam eva Omkara. The fourth is then, Chadurtha is measureless. Amatra. Amatra means what? No sound, no soundless, measureless, which cannot be measured. Matra, the real meaning of matra is to measure. And there is no measure. Can you measure Atman? Infinity, how can you measure? So it is immeasurable, you can say, and soundless. There is no matra, that sound is not there. And then stopped. It is silence. So, the silent, soundless, measureless fourth, Chadurtham, is Avyavaharyam. Avyavaharyam means not, no Vyavaharam with it. It is in a different plane, we are in a different plane. Vyavaharam is where the activity, where all the mithya world is functioning. They are only Vyavaharam. Vyavaharika satta it is not. It is Paramarthika satta. Hence you cannot have any Vyavaharam with it. We are in what satta? Vyavaharika satta. But where is that Atman, the self? In the Paramarthika satya. Between the two there is no relationship. No Vyavaharam there means nothing you can relate to it. It is in a different plane of consciousness altogether. Okay. Incomprehensible it is. Avyavaharyaha. Prapanchobashamaha. The road is becoming worse and worse. Prapancha upashamaha. Where there is no prapancham, where it has gone into abeyance, there is no prapancham in that state. Just as in the deep sleep state there is no prapancham, dvaidasya agrahanam tulyaha. In the self also there is no Prapancha. Prapancha has gone into abeyance. Prapancha upashamam. Okay. Cessation of all phenomenal universe. What is that upashama? Cessation of all activities of the world, worldly activities is not there. Prapanchopashamaha Shivaha, all auspiciousness, all bliss. There is no sorrow there. That is why when we realize the self, all sorrows come to an end, not temporarily, but always, for always. Even you take some drink, you will upashama. What? Sorrows. Is it not? All sorrows have ended. But next day it comes with a hangover. They say. I don't know. Maybe. All the problems again? Come on, it is not a permanent solution. Whereas here is a permanent solution. The Rishi is telling that Atman, the self, is the cessation of all phenomenal universe, Shivaha, all bliss, and Advaita, non-dual. Advaita means all the explanations for meditation. You need it. You cannot just say I am Atman like that. But what is Atman also should be remembered. Where there is no sorrow, where there is no vyavahara, where there is no sound also, no measure also. Such a state. And then a non-dual Shiva Advaidameva Omkara. And dual Om and is verily Atma. And that itself is Omkara. They are bringing the abhedam between Om and the self, which we have all the previous verses have been explaining that only. There is no difference between Om in every respect. They have got samana, samanya is there between Omkara and Atman. So he says, Om itself is Om. Om is only a name, abhidhana, for the abhideya vastu, which is Brahman. Atmaiva samvishati. Such a man, he who knows this, merges in the self. He becomes a Jivan Mukta. Merges there means goes into Egi Bhavati. Such a man who knows that Om is nothing but Brahman. One who knows that doesn't know intellectually. When I say no, you must never get the idea intellectual knowing. We are not talking about intellectual knowing at all. That's a different type of knowing. That is Vyavahara. You understand? Whenever we say no, understand. That is the meaning there. Like Purushottamanaji will always say, understand and stand under. Like that it is. You have to understand. Coming. Atmaiva samvishadi. He gains entry into Atman. He enters into Atman means he becomes one with the Atman. Atmanatmanam. By what? Atmana. Remember, these words have come in Gita so many times. Atmanyeva atmana tushtaha sthita prajna tadochyate. Atmanyeva atmana. Not some other object is making him happy. Atman itself is making him happy because it is of the nature of joy, bliss. Atmanam. Atmana atmanam. Who will enter in Atmana? By itself, into itself. It enters. It said there, evam Veda. Like this, you understand. Like this, understand means he who knows this merges his self in the self. I will read the Bhashya here for this, what do you call? This mantra. The translation only I am reading so that you don't have to suffer. Amatra means one who has no matra, part or letters or sound. Amatra Om said there. And Shankara explains it that way. Such Amatra Omkara is the fourth, and that is pure Atma only and is non-dual. Atma is not comprehensible as both speech and mind representing the name and the nameable object have ceased. Prapancha Vashamam. And thus Atma cannot be comprehended. Ignorance is the cause of speech and mind corresponding to name and nameable objects, and when ignorance has ceased to exist, Atma cannot be comprehended by speech and mind, which was said in the Taittiriya. Yato vajo nivartande aprapya manasasaha. Because it is not available for interaction in the Atman. There is cessation of the phenomenal universe. Atma is all bliss and is one with non-duality. Om, known in this way, has three matras and three padas, and therefore that Om is Atma only. He who knows this merges himself with the highest reality. The knower of the highest truth, this knower of Brahman, burns the seed, causal state, bija nidra, that he burns up, corresponding to the third quarter, and merges the self in the highest reality. The prajna, which is the third matra, is it not? That is bija. There is the seed of ignorance which will bring forth. Okay, for he is not born again. Is not because the cause is burnt up. And on true discrimination of rope and snake, the illusory snake merges in the rope. And in the case of discriminating people, it does not arise again, which arose earlier due to erroneous impressions. In the case of those sannyasins who are of common or inferior intelligence, who are as yet in the stage of learning, Vividisha sannyasis they are called. The sannyasi who is in the process of learning is called Vividisha. Vividisha means one who is still on the path. Who are following the path of virtue and who have known the common features of the quarters of Atma and letters of Om. This Omkara, when meditated upon as described before, becomes a support for realizing Brahma. So this will be so stated in Kariga 3:16, the three stages of life, the inferior, middle and superior state. Uttamadhikari. Uttamadhikari knows it immediately, without any upasana also. Manda Madhyamadhikaris require upasana of some type. I am not saying you must do only Omkara upasana. Any upasana will take you. But Omkara upasana, the Upasya Vastu and the Upasaka are all one only. There is no separate, there is no division between the Upasya and the Upasaka. Atma is the Upasyam, is it not? And what is the Upasana? Om is the Upasana. Om itself is Atman, so many times they have said. So, that's a different type of Upasana. If you are mature enough, you can take to Om Upasana. Otherwise, your own Ishta Devata. And what is Ishta Devata? He is Sachidananda. Again the same words will come. Is it not? Sri Krishna Paramatmane Namaha. Bhagavata starts like that. Who is Sri Krishna? not Vasudeva's son. Have a higher vision, not Vasudeva's son. Vasudeva means one who stays in the bosom of everybody as the light of consciousness. That's your change. As you progress in your understanding, you change your idea of your own Ishtadevata and do the upasana. But upasana you have to do as long as we are Manda Madhyama Adhigaris. No, I am Uttama Adhigari, I know. Atman. Very good for you. Proceed. Okay. So, so what is the idea of this mantra? That to point out the abhedam, point out the identity of the individual Chaitanya and the Om. That is the idea of this with Brahma. For this purpose, by this understanding, if you meditate, you will reach. Upanishad is very sure that you will reach. Only you are not sure. Is it not? Upanishad is sure. But we are not sure. We will reach. Not in this life. So I will do what? Enjoy this life. Then we will think about next life. The next life, how do you know it is a human life? At least for that you do Omkara Upasana. Because he has promised. If you do Omkara Upasana, you will be born as a human being. It will come automatically. Om, Om. It will be repeating itself in your inner self. Once you start this Upasana, for everything you say, Om. It comes. And then whatever we have studied about Omkara should come in your mind when you are meditating. Meditation is an art. Nobody can teach you that. Just as the drawing teacher cannot teach you how to draw. Have you been in it? When I was small, I was in the drawing class and I used to hate it. Because that master will come and ting, 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 and beautiful picture will come. I can't draw even a line properly. Why? Because it is an art. It should be in you. No greatest Bhagavatar also can teach you music unless you have it in you. Do you understand this? Similarly, meditation cannot be taught. You can prepare. The teacher can say, you sit like this, you bring the mind like this, and you imagine, have the bhavana. All that the teacher can say. But finally it is you who have to do the meditation properly. Not, teacher cannot help there. He can say, think about it. Akara. In our yoga classes, they taught us. Take the deep breath. Like that, as much as you can. And what is that? Akara. Matra. And Akara. And the air is to be held in the stomach only for Akara. For Ukara, it is in the, not the stomach, I am sorry. What can I say? Nabi. Then U should be in the stomach. And the Vayu should not go to the Nabi there. Ooh. Like that they will teach for some time. Then you should take clavicular breathing, which is at the level of the Makara is sung from there, from the, what do you call, the chest. Okay? Then you must take the breath also till there only. That is Makarana. And afterwards they will teach you Auma, which is very difficult, which is you take the full breath to the Nabhi. The breath is going up. There is silence there. Amatra Om. And like Gurudev never used to like yoga. So he will always say, all this is very difficult. Understand, he will say. But it is nice. You feel that vibration. There is something very nice about it. We'll do. Anyway, whether you like it or not, we'll do in the meditation class. And then, all three together. Then the last one in the pranayama is A and U will be mixed together. Gurudev told the other day. Actually, A, U. And you do this type of practice, really it is very nice if you do. No, I can't do all that. Then at least do some upasana of Ishtadevata or Virat or Hiranyagarbha, whatever you like. Hiranyagarbha upasakas are there. And there is what we call, there are teachers who teach only that upasana. All the important, like our Goda Shastri will teach so many upasanas. He knows upasana. He'll teach. Or anybody will teach. Or what do you call the... But really, does a Vedanta need all these upasanas? That I don't know. It is helpful, that is all. It is a means, it is not the end. This is all you have to remember. It's a means. Because it brings the mind to quietude, and there is a nishtha in you, there is an anushtanam which bears fruit in the end. So some type of upasana is prescribed for a spiritual seeker. See, for all the Brahmins are supposed to do Sandhya Vandanam. That is an upasana. Gayatri upasana, is it not? Or my Ishtadevata is Krishna, so I do upasana. And what do I think? I am not thinking of Krishna as a human being like me only. Not like that. It is Atmananda, Sachidananda Swarupa. Om Sachidananda Swarupaya Vishotpatyadi Hedave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. In the Narayaniyam, that book starts with absolute Vedanta. Sandranandavabodhatmakam anupamitam kaladeshavadibhyam nirmuktam nityamuktam nigamashada sahasrena nirbhasyamanam aspashtam drishtamatre punaruru purusharthatmagam brahmatattvam Tattavad bhadi sakshat Guru Pavanapure Handa Bhagyam Jananam. In that, what Guru Ayappan is described as what? Nitya Muktaha. Beyond time and space. So what is that description? It's only nothing but Atma description. Choose your own Ishtadevata and do upasana. By the grace of that Ishtadevata and the upasana, what happens? You make giant strides in the path of your sadhana. The kripa, Ishvara kripa is very important. Guru kripa, Shastra kripa. Above all, you bless yourself. Atma kripa. If you don't bless yourself, all others cannot bless you. Because I should have the desire to know. Otherwise, nobody can help you. Even if a drug addict has to be cured, he must have the desire first that I want to be cured. Do you know that is the greatest problem in this drug addiction. Because if he doesn't have it, no matter what the parents do or what the doctors do or what anybody does, he will not come out of it. But he has made up his mind, somehow I have to come out of this bad habit, he will come out. Is it not true? Otherwise they will run away from the hospital. It has happened so many times. My throat is again becoming bad. I don't know how I'll teach you. Now we go to the mantra. The karika. Omkaram padasho vidya pada matra na samshayah. Omkaram padasho jnatva na kinchidapi chintayet. That word have you heard somewhere else? Where? In the Gita. Brahmer. Atma samstam manakritva na kinchidapi chintayet. Don't start another thought flow in your mind. Atma samstam manakritva. Having made the mind immersed in the Atman, don't now start thinking about something else. That is what happens to us in meditation. Narayana, 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 we say, and then suddenly we remember some Narayana. And he has cheated me. The rest of the meditation is what a crook he is and what a fool I am. This is what the meditation. The meditation will end in that. You understand? Not like that. Na kinchidapi chintayed. Don't now get into some other dissimilar sarala chindanam viraladaparam. Ramana Maharshi says. That one thought is meditation. That is abhyasam. But meditation itself is you have made a single pointed thrust towards that goal, and after that now don't go into another different channel. Like the children do with the TV. When children watch TV, you cannot even sit there. Why? Because they will see one thing for 2 seconds and then the next thing. Ting, ting, ting. That, what is that thing? That remote they will be there. So you only see this, we go away. Don't do that. And now we are all TV addicts, Don't do that trick of changing the remote every now and then. Don't change. Na kinchidapi chintaya. Because once you start a start, there will be a reverie. And it will take you away from what you wanted to think. That is why he says here, Omkaram padasho vidyad. One should know Om by the padas, quarters. What are the quarters? Vaishwanara, Taijasa, Prajna. By the 3 padas, there is no doubt that the quarters are the matras, are the letters of the Om, A-U, Om, A-U-M. After knowing the meaning of Omkara, quarter by quarter, one should not think of anything else. Na kinchidapi chintaye. So you say, ah, the matra is Vaishwanak, matra is ah, and pada is Vaishwanara, the waking world, the gross objects. Is it not? Nothing else you must think. Only about there, Atman the self, expressing through your physical body, is the Vikar. It expressing through the physical body. Is the Vikar. That I am able to experience this world outside because I am telling you one method of meditation. Because of the Atman. If Atman is not there, I will never be able to see anything or experience anything. We will see, but we will not.
Without Atma, there will be no I.
That is a different thing. No I, nothing is there. So, every moment of our life, we are in Atman only. We are with Atman. And you say, I can't see Atman. What is this? When was a moment when you are not with it? Even when you are Vaikar, you are Atman expressing through the waking state. The Vaikar ego is the Vaikar. You understand? Now concentrate on that knowing principle which is able to see the world outside, experience the world outside. That's how you have to meditate. And if you are thinking of waking world, then don't think about anything else, he says. After knowing the meaning of Omkara, quarter by quarter, one should not think of anything else. Om, all the time, remember what that means. Don't think you can only, when you are sitting half an hour in the morning only, you must think of Om. No such thing. You can continuously, Dhvani can be there in you. And all other thoughts will become reduced because no time. From the japa, you come to ajapam. Ajapa japam is what? Without any volition, the japa is happening. Without volition. Have you heard people saying that they were instructed by the teacher? Not the own teacher, but some great master in deep sleep or in dream. Deep sleep, of course, you can't make out. In dream, I got Upadesha. There are people who say like that. How do they get? There is one person who had written a book on Shankaracharya of Sringeri. The one before Chandrasekhar. Chandrasekhar Bharati was a realized saint. His student, he got, not Bharati Datta, before his guru, is Abhinava Vidya. He got his instruction in yoga from Sharada Devi. Every night he used to have dreams of the various posture and all. No other guru taught him. Devi only taught him. All these are extra sensory perceptions. We can't understand it at all. But it does happen in some cases. ESP. It is called ESP. ESP is extra sensory perception. You cannot explain it, how it happened. Suddenly you look and something unusual you meet, around you. There are people who had seen the whole world as pulsating prana. People who had seen. They have written in the book, How I Came to Know God. Something like that. Some book from Ramakrishna Mission. All that is what? Extrasensory person. Very rarefied mind and intellect. That is why they are able to. So, when you are thinking about the 3 matras of the Om and the 3 padas and connect them, identify them, then don't think about anything else. Don't bring in other thoughts. In meditation, that is the most important thing. The 1,000 thoughts that you are running in your mind must be brought to a single thought. That is why we use Upasana for it. I think about only God. Krishna is my Krishna Devada. I think about Krishna only in meditation. At that time you don't think, no, why not Shiva? Possibility is there. You understand? Or why not the Muruga is so beautiful. Then what happens? The thought has become divided. For a Vedantin, it is very important, everything should become Egi Bhavan. Even the God that you worship, one God is enough. He represents the entire goddom. You understand? Enough. No. What will... I go to a temple. If I don't see Bhagavati, she will be angry. Then I will go to Vetakkoru Magan. And put 10 paisa. Specially kept for that. Then 10 paisas everywhere. Vedanta says, what a foolish people. You put somewhere in some hundi, it goes to everybody. Sarvadeva namaskaram, Keshavam prati. What is that? You say you know Vedanta, but you watch your actions. Then you will see all these funny things. I went to that temple, but I don't know what... if I don't go, Devi will be very angry. They say the 4 Nalambalam. 4 ambalams, for Sri Rama, Lakshmana, Shatrughna, Bharata. All of them have temples here in Kerala. That is another big, those temples make a huge money because everybody goes to Nalambalam. And one person told me, we went everywhere but we couldn't go to Lakshmana's temple. I don't know what Papa will come out of it. I said, don't worry, no Papa will come because all of them are one and the same. All of them are one only. What is this? After studying Vedanta, if you say they like this, you feel like giving them a good beating. In our mind only there is no oneness. And you are struggling to gain that oneness. Oh, be very careful in all in your sadhanas also. Always that. Egam advidiyam Brahma. What Shankaracharya put in half a verse. Brahma satyam jagan mithya jivo brahmaiva napara. Only one thing is non-dual Brahma. So what is sitting there? Maybe the form of Krishna, but that is Brahman only. No. I must see that God now. Some 1,000 miles away, he is staying. How funny it is. He is sitting right in you, next to you. Not even next to you, you are. Where all you go and search. Okay. So you have to grow. Don't get stagnated in your sadhana, in your upasanas. Grow. Grow to this understanding. That is what the teacher says here. So here, Omkaram Padasho Jnatva na kinchidapi chintayed. Only that one. Om represents the apara Brahma at the level of the waker, the dreamer, the deep sleeper. And the Parabrahma at the level of Turiya. Finished. So what is this world? Apara Brahma. And what is Om? Parabrahma and Apara Brahma. Conditioned Brahman. Like he rightly pointed out, without Brahman nothing will function, is it not? So, even in this BMI, there is Brahman. Otherwise, we are not able to function at all. Hence, seeing that Brahma Chaitanyam in everything is called meditation. So, a meditator just watches the tree and sees there Brahman is there. How do you know? Look at the greenery. Are you enjoying the greenery? That greenness in the leaves is Brahman only. No. In our science we call it chlorophyll. I don't know what you call it. So far as I am concerned, when life is gone, that leaf will become. You cut the tree. Next day the leaf will be brown. So what is the greenness? Life. Understand it like that. So then he says, na kinjita pichinte. Omkara should be known quarter by quarter, pada by pada. And the matras, because of the common features described already. After having understood Omkara in this way, one should not think of any other purpose, as all his desires are now fulfilled. Now fulfilled, we are thinking. If all desires are fulfilled, then why should you think about anything? If all kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya has left your mind, what is there to talk about? Tell me. All paradushanam, PD we say. Paradushanam starts from what? Kama, krodha, lobha, moha. Likes and dislikes. Likes and dislikes are not. You have become a great bhakta of the Lord. In the 12th chapter, Bhagavan says, who is my bhakta? Samashatrauja mitre cha tatha manapamaneyoho shidoshna sukhadukkeshu samassanga vivarjita. He is my bhakta. No shatru, no mitra. Not the one who takes a carton of flowers to the Lord every day. Not he. The one whose heart is free of ragadveshas. He is my bhakta. Nobody else. You will read the 12th chapter again. From the 13th verse to the 20th verse. And then see whether in any of this you can put right, yes, I am that. Will you do that after going from here? Adveshta sarvabhudanam maitra karunayeva cha nirmamaha nirahankaraha samadukka sukhakshami. Do I have all these qualities? I am a bhakta. Sandushta sadadam yogi yadatma dradhanishyaha vayarpita manobuddhi yomat bhakta same priyaha. Do I have all these? Am I sandushtaha? I have given everything in the hands of the Lord. What I have? What problem I have? You are like the person who gave all the money in the bank. Okay? And afterward in the evening he goes to the bank in the night. So the watchman said, yes sir, why have you come? No, I was wanting to know whether my money is safe. And if you had doubt, why do you give it to the bank? If you are doubtful of its security, why should you put it in the bank? Once you put it in the bank, you are confident that your money is safe, is it not? Once you have put your burden on the Lord, why are you not worry free? I just want to know that. Do you again go? I don't know whether Bhagavan remembers. Chhe. All knowing Turiya. And we shout. Even if an ant walks, Paramatma can hear. And you shout, Narayana, Narayana, as though he is deaf. Mentally worship. No. Unless we disturb all the neighborhood, how can you say you are a bhakta? In every little thing I am telling you, you have to go on thinking in these lines. Otherwise, we will be always do all types of things. So much of superstitious beliefs, which does not befit a Vedandit. Others, of course, they are ignorant there. We are not ignorant. Now we have learnt. And yet, we are having all types of superstitious beliefs in us. So, Gaudapada Acharya has composed the earlier verses to explain the text of the Shruti. The following verses are also composed by him to further explain the meaning of the Shruti. Yunjita pranave chetaha pranavo brahma nirbhayam pranave nityayuktasya nabhayam vidyade kochidam. So what should you do? Yunjida pranave chetaha. Chetaha, your mind, you fix your mind on pranavaha, on that Om. So whenever you are not doing anything, Om, 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 inside it should keep on working. Yunjida pranave chedaha. And what is pranava? Pranava is Brahman. We have seen already. He has given arguments also about it. Why it is pranava? Matra is pada. All the three matras correspond to the three padas. Hence, equivalent to Brahman. There is sadrishyam between Omkara and Brahma. Every time you are saying Om, you are remembering Brahman. And what is Brahman? That state of fearlessness. Nirbhayam Brahma. Nirbhayam means there is no fear. One who realizes the self has no fear in this world. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, it says, even if the little fear is there, you have not reached. Udaram, Udarang, Mantaram Gurude, even the little difference you make, then you will not be able to reach out. First of the qualities that come to a man of realization is, he is fearless. He is not afraid for his body, he is not afraid of anything. And here he says, Pranavo Brahma Nirbhayam. Pranava is that meditate on Om of the nature of Supreme Reality and is fearless Brahma. I am fearless Brahma. If you meditate, you will become fearless. Atma Belam comes. Atma Belam is fearlessness. You understand? The man who had known Turiya state, he is not afraid of anybody or anything. He is not afraid of Ishvara also. He just be himself. He loves Ishvara, not afraid of Ishvara. To be afraid of Ishvara is a wrong approach. I love Ishvara because he is all love. Now, Pranave Nityayuktasya Nabhayam Vidyade Kochit. At no time constantly united with Pranava, there is no fear anywhere. For one who is always united with Om in this way, there is no fear. So says that Shruti. Which Shruti? Taittiriya Shruti. Remember Taittiriya? All that is forgotten. Now when our class is over, this all, Om also will be forgotten, I hope. You should not. You must again and again go back to the old Upanishad and read it. Just read it, it will come back. Don't hibernate them. Have a nishtha for your spiritual sadhanas. Then everything will work out. Okay. Na vidyate kvajet. The phala of such fixing of the mind is fearlessness. So I chant Om, thinking I am Brahman. And what Brahman? Fearless Brahman. Then I become fearless myself. That identity comes. Tadatmya. You understand this? If you go on thinking of the Bhagavat Smarana always, that Bhagwan will become constantly present in you. And whatever his quality, that you get. Because you are worshipping the Lord with those qualities. Forgiving. That is the nature of the Lord. There are so many characteristics, the excellences that are given in the great books that I take up for my own meditation. Yesterday, as I pointed out, meditation is a great tool to improve your personality at all levels. You gain by constant practice of Om as Akara. Let us say, one pada you are taken. You start gaining mastery over the world. Now we are all slaves to the world. Slaves in the sense we are suffering from so many things, worldly problems, but you gain the strength to meet any challenges in the world. Why? Because I am worshipping God as the world. That is what is said in the 3 verses of yesterday. That however you do dhyana, you gain that aspect of God as your nature. So you worship God as love. Then what will be the result? Huh? What will be your change?
You will be a lovable person.
Lovable, you will be loving everybody. Of course, you will become lovable by that. That is a different issue. You become love. Is it not? If the love is the thing that you are worshipping, you will become love itself. Not necessarily. It is said in Prashnopanishad that any one also you can worship. I am going to do upasana of waking world alone. You must hear them chanting. You can do upasana of the Turiya also in the same way. You think about the world and meditate. And then that merge it into the mental world, the sukshma. The sthula sharira must be dissolved in the sukshma. Sukshma sharira also, both of them should be dissolved in the karana sharira. And karana sharira is called karana sharira because of that. From that comes the waking world and the deep sleep, the sukshma sharira. And you go on going up. And when that is dissolved, prajna itself has to be dissolved in the turiya. That is the method allowed. After that, immediately you sit in meditation, mind should become quiet, and never happens. That is why we chant some mantra, we chant some stuti to make mind quiet, to withdraw. A lot of preparation is required. Preparing the mind for the meditation. Then the meditation happens. Meditation happens. That's all I can say. Gurudeva has said that. You cannot meditate, meditation happens. When the mind has become so quiet, meditation automatically happens. Now, from the 1,000 thoughts that you have brought it to one thought in the one matra in the Om. That itself is an achievement. And then it becomes. So here he says, Pranave nityayuktasya na bhayam vidyate kuchet. To that person who thinks of Brahman as Nirbhaya and meditate with Omkara, for him Nirbhayatvam will be the result. What you are worshipping only you will get, Maybe you will get that. And some 3-4 more verses are there, which we will complete in the next class. And then we will go on to Vaidadhya Prakarana. Now, the Agama Prakarana contains the entire, what can I say, the Upanishad. So it is tough. That portion is tough. Now that is over, we can go in the Karika, we can go faster. Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.